Welcome back to Path of Fire. I am Izzy Noodles and we'll be finishing up this South American trip today. So advance forward, we get some shotgun shells straight away, and then we'll get a flyby. Okay, so next up, be careful you don't fall just here. You want to jump to the side and grab in the air so that you slide straight into this gap. And just grab the shotgun. There will be an eagle. It can take a few shots because it seems some of them miss easily in the beginning when you first start shooting it. I think the ceiling gets in the way. So careful here as well, we have a sloped tile, or at least it's half sloped, it's a diagonal slope. And we do just need to angle to grab the bridge to advance. So there we go, climb on up and then quickly just ignore the skeletons and hop over to here. Around the pillar you may need to jump because she doesn't like to walk or just run like I just did for a sec. And here we go, grab some more shotgun shells, and then you can safely make your way down. And grab this large med pack as well. So now we're down here, we will have another eagle. So just deal with that, keep jumping around, you can roll much easier than with the skeletons. Okay, and we can drop into the water just here, so this is safe. The other side of that fence, the water is not safe. You will die. So I've just picked up a mask there and that's opened up a door. Okay, and there's just some trees over here. There's 3 trees, and bang in the middle of them, there are some flares. So coming over here spawns another eagle. Okay. So just to explain as well, this looks like a building we're going to be climbing on, but no, we are not doing anything over there. So picking up the mask opened this door, so let's head on in. So we do have 2 unlit braziers here. We are going to be working on lighting them. And just pause just here because we have this boulder. So we're going to climb up to the top, so don't worry too much about the boulder because it doesn't come all the way up. So shoot this vase for a laser sight. There is a second vase up here, but there's nothing inside. And there's this very obvious trapdoor right here, and below this is a movable block. So just go ahead, move this out the way, and behind is a lever. Okay, so as we can see, that has opened up the trapdoor. So there we go, go ahead, climb on up. And up here is a revolver. So despite having picked up a laser sight and a revolver in close succession, we're not actually using them just yet. So up here, kind of easy to miss, is the torches. So again, you may just need to hop forward to get around the column. Okay, and right here is where we're going to light it. And you can just drop the torch down the trapdoor if you want. I'm just going to throw it all the way down to the ground floor. There we go, just checking to see where it's going to land. And while we're up here, we can grab a secret. So pit stop save, just on the off chance this goes wrong. It's pretty easy to get to. So this is sloped in front of me, so you want to slide to be able to grab the edge. And then shimmy on over. I'm gonna drop down in that flat space. Okay, and just be as close to the edge here as you can get. You can do just a standing jump. I suppose you can do a running jump if you want, but you only need to do a standing jump. Make sure you curve a little with this next jump so that you can again grab the edge. Oh. Somehow she did not grab. I feel like I should have done, but that's fine. I did save just on the off chance something went wrong. So let's go ahead, reload, because I don't really want to climb back up there because I am pretty lazy. A standing jump does work. I do it every single time. There we go. I guess I kind of maybe wasn't quite over enough for some reason. I don't know. So anyway, when you can climb up at the end here, go ahead and do so, and then forward and grab this. And then just straight into this gap. Not easy to see, but there we go. There's the secret. So now let's just get out of here. And you can drop down straight to the ground floor without taking damage. There we go. And now just locate where you threw down your torch. So back inside, let's light these two braziers. And it's showing us a block. I've just run straight past that block. That's down the side of this building where I just came from. Okay, don't need the torch anymore. So come on back down this way, and here we go. And this is where we're placing the mask. Alrighty, so that kind of was a little bit misleading. Of course, you saw a waterfall. This is the only waterfall in the area, but it looked a bit confusing because it's showing you from the inside of the gate opening. So yes, there is an opening back here, and a gate did just open, allowing access. So here we go. So the flyby is showing some relatively obvious things. The only not obvious thing is probably the lever that it showed. That's easily missed. I don't know why I hooked down. Let me just... There are some shotgun shells, so grab those first. And here is the lever, so I would say that is pretty easy to miss. So the objective here, first note is, do not go anywhere near that statue. It will blow you up. So the plan is, there are two movable, oh my goodness gracious, two movable blocks in this room. And this tile here that I'm standing on, this will raise up with the lever. So the idea is we want one block to be on top of this space that I'm standing on, and then we can reach that platform. So these have to be specific. I don't know why she doesn't like to stand on one of them. So they have to be put in specific spots. I'm struggling to talk today. So just to emphasize, this is movable block number 1. This will be called the brown block. And movable block number 2, this will be called the grey block. So it's the brown block that needs to be straight onto that raising tile space. Okay, and the grey block is going into that gap to form the bridge. Okay, so now go ahead, pull the lever, raise up that first block. And then just move this to the end. So this is where you want to be careful rolling down so that you don't hit that statue. Remember, the roll is slightly different. So she can just fly straight off the block when you don't expect it and into the statue, like what I did, which is how I discovered that the statue is quite explosive. So I'm having a pit stop save in case something goes wrong. Easy for things to go wrong every now and then. So what do I have equipped? I'm just going to make sure my shotgun is what the weapon is that is equipped. So before getting Laura's footing, just shimmy across because it's faster without her footing. And around the corner, but then we do need to make sure Laura's got her footing because she doesn't like to go around the next corner for some reason. So there we go, you can go around once she has her footing here. So when I climb up onto the ledge above, I'm going to get away from the edge because there will be a flying skeleton that can easily knock me down. So that's why I wanted my shotgun specifically equipped. So just away from the edge. Okay. So that one can be very annoying. So grab some revolver ammo as well. Keep an eye on your revolver ammo. We do need to shoot something, but it's only one item in the whole game. So you don't need to be too concerned about ammo. And also, this rope wasn't here when we entered the room, but it is here now, so don't worry too much. I don't know what triggers it, but it's always going to be here by the time you get up here. So just going to steady the rope. Okay, line up with that opening. And off we go. So a bit of a low ceiling as well. So just crawl on through, or you can roll. And grab the edge, do not drop down. Kind of tricky to see in this dark room, but there is space to shimmy. We're going to shimmy all the way until we can drop onto a flat space. So you don't want to drop in this room. You might survive the fall. There's some slopes around that you'll slide down, but once you hit the actual flooring, yeah, you're just going to be set on fire because that's hot. So you don't want to go down there. You can see there's a trapdoor. That's what we're going to work on opening. I'm kind of just going to stay in this spot and angle so that I can just maybe jump straight into the trapdoor. So this is where we're going to need the revolver. So combine it with the laser sight and equip. I will just have another pit stop save just in case something goes wrong. So there is a sphere to shoot and it's very hard to see. It's actually not too tricky today. However, if you do need to reload at this spot, this becomes much easier to see. It has that traditional golden color. I don't know why the color or the lighting changes if you need to reload. But yeah, this is hard to spot. And once I shoot this, we'll have a wraith. So straight away, oh, I meant to dive and I just missed it because I didn't dive. I suppose it's because I had the weapon drawn. Okay, but you see, this is why we have pit stop saves every so often, because something may go wrong. I'm gonna, yeah, turn a little bit, not too much. So, yeah, you see the difference here. Whoops, what am I doing? Okay, so we can clearly see this now. So, hey, it's a good job I died, because now I can show you this. Just making excuses. Okay, weapon away and then dive. That was still pretty darn snug. Maybe I just shuffled away and shuffled back again. But that wraith is instantly dead coming into here following Lara. So we have this big room down here. We can't swim down here, so it's kind of a double flooded area. We're going to drain the room so that we can go down here. So very clear air pocket just there. And I want to just point out there's a yellow patch over there just to help get your bearings, and an orange patch over there. And what we need to do is pull this lever. So that's opened up a section in the orange section. So just gonna come for some air, and before we do anything else, because we can unflood the room going into that orange area where the orange patch is, but we can open up access to a secret. So it is down below, so we can't get there just yet because we're not allowed to swim down there, but it's down there. So to the south, this is very hard to see. And it's very easy to just get stuck and not be able to swim into this gap. Okay, I did it. So locate this underwater lever, ceiling lever, and that's opened up the secret. So just quick back from some air, you probably don't really need to. And now I'm going to make my way to the orange section straight ahead, and I'm going to swim in, and the lever that's in here will unflood the area. And there we go, there is absolutely no water whatsoever now. So now you will need to be careful. Some of these rocks are sloped. You could easily fall down. So you can go ahead and just jump around if you want. The safer option would just be to slide, grab the edge and shimmy. So make your way to this ladder. This is how we're going to get down. Okay, of course, grab these flares along the way. And just drop on down. So there will be another flying skeleton. So yeah, that took a few shots. I do have a few left, so it doesn't matter if I use up the revolver ammo now. So in this room, there are 3 odd tiles on the ground and 3 movable blocks in the room. So you just need to locate the blocks and put them on the tiles. So the first block is right here next to the ladder. Okay, I'm going to just go clockwise around the room. So right here on this side of the wall is the secret. So you can grab this med pack regardless. So pulling the lever lowered this block that I'm standing on, allowing access to the secret. There we go. So continuing the flare lit, you can see that this is the next movable block. Okay, and one more to go, and I didn't show you what was going to change. So with all the blocks in place, we're going to open a gate, and you may have spotted some unlit torches around about, so we are going to be lighting some torches. Okay, so that gate is now open. The gate is right over here. Well, not anymore, but we can shoot this vase, and inside is a torch. So we just get one, but that's okay. Before picking that up, very sneaky, we need to push this block. And there we go. This is going to be how we light the torch. That is very easy to miss this. So now I have this. We have another skeleton. No, we don't. It's going to be when I start lighting the next torches. There's a couple of skeletons that get triggered. So one of them is as I hop up here, and we do need to be above these torches. Okay, I'm just going to throw that for now. And just swap to this just because. Okay, let's try again lighting this. I was trying to do it quick before the skeleton got too close. There we go, and we're being shown that the unusual tile in the yellow area up above. So that will lower down, and we can move on to a different area. I'm trying to sidestep here. There we go. I throw in the torch because this will trigger another skeleton. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was actually going to take damage then. So, no more skeletons, thank goodness. So there are 3 torches and then something that's hard to spot that we're going to light. I don't know why they've decided to do one of something else. So that's actually right inside the central structure. Don't know if I can... Yeah, right there, that spiky thing there, we need to light that. So 3rd torch up here. Okay, and to get into the middle, not too tricky, you just need to find the right position to be in, because of course you can't physically climb with a torch. Need to do your hops and your jumps. So from here, hop to here, so it's not that tricky. And then over to here, and it's very easy for Laura to bang her head. So be at the very back of this spot just here and jump on in. There we go. And this will not set you on fire. A lot of these do just set Laura on fire, but this one doesn't. So we are done with the torch. Don't forget that secret if you didn't already grab it. And now we can exit out. Okay, again, careful of any slopes you might be sliding on, like so. And here we go, down into the yellow section. We are moving on to a new area. So you can grab this ladder just here, easy to miss this. I always get bamboozled when a ladder is on the wall behind, up above. Okay, and careful around this corner, you can easily fall. So we are just working on opening that gate. So run and jump to there, and be careful here, there's a lot of slopes that are easy to miss as well. You might unexpectedly slide. So crawling in. Looks like there's 2 ways to go here, but to the left is just the dead end. And here we go. This lever will open that gate. So a sneak peek there, we will be entering some water when we exit out. Okay, so to safely get down, so make sure your back is to the wall and do a standing jump to land on this flat space, and then easy jumps over to this pole. This will help you safely get down, and then straight on down. Nice. And then drop on in, but you do want to very quickly climb out because there will be 2 crocodiles. They can be a bit of a pain because they swim right up to the edge and then Lara can't target them. Yeah, they are both right up to the edge now. Yeah, these punks. So there is another ledge over there. You can swim to that if you want. But sometimes I don't know if I'm making a mistake. Yeah, it's fine. I'm surprised I didn't take more damage yet in this video. 0 damage up until this point. I'm impressed with myself. Okay, so right here up above me there is a jump switch just there. So that's going to open the trapdoor that's just by the ladder, and we have a new move here. I've actually only ever played one TRLE before that uses this move. So let me just show you it because of the way the key inputs work. So make sure you are all the way up to the ladder and then press action. So she doesn't grab this if you are holding forward and pressing action, or at least not for me. So just to emphasize, don't press forward in action, just press action, making sure you are all the way up to the wall. So I'm emphasizing this now because once we pull the jump switch, there's going to be another crocodile. I suppose you can just wait around and kill it. But I'm just going to go. Let's get out of here. So we do have a clear run, and they're not too quick. So let's just go. So all the way forward and action. I love how she kicks her feet. Okay, making sure I have my shotgun. Giving it a save. So I am going to slide down now. You can see a gap in the slope that's flat. That's actually a spike trap, so you want to jump over that. And here you'll want to run forward as well. You'll take a bit of damage. There's spikes in the ceiling. And just to emphasize, just to my right, there's a vase with a med pack. There's going to be a ninja spawn as well once I pass the threshold. And he can just steal the med pack. He doesn't move it, it just disappears. So that's a warning. There may or may not be a med pack depending on how quickly you are able to grab it. There's also a med pack under there, but will also trigger a skeleton as well. So you may or may not get a chance to grab that. He's gone straight for that corner, and once he's down, this is when, actually I think it's when I grab this, no, never mind. The skeleton's already spawned. Go away. Oh no, I might just, okay, she turned around for no reason. I'm gonna leave that, but there is a med pack there. I can't believe he just hit me again. So I'm just gonna, for the sake of it, leave that behind. I might be able to grab it actually, come back for it. Give me a mo. We're gonna work on that. So we are on the final stretch of this journey now. So this room can be a little confusing because it doesn't show exactly what's going on, what lever has done what. So these crossbow arrows that were hidden very well in this bush, we can see that's actually been a trigger. So that's opened up access to this handhole. I'm not going to use that quite yet. Very soon though, soon, very soon. I'm going to shoot this bars for a small med pack. And we do have a torch puzzle in here. So right here, if I look up, that's the torch we need to light. However, there is a way to cheat the system and not do the torch puzzle. I will do the puzzle to show how it's done. But fun fact, so we do have this movable block here. So I'm going to move this so I can pull a jump switch. But this block can be put right underneath that torch. And that triggers a gate to open so that we can grab the mask. We saw a mask in the flyby. So you can skip the torch puzzle entirely if you want. So I've moved the block to here because there's a jump switch hidden very well in this gap. So it doesn't show you a lot of what's going on here. So let me try and point things out if I actually remember everything. So there was a statue right over there. The jump switch has just moved the statue and that is the receptacle for the mask. Also where I moved the block from is a crossbow. So we have some explosive arrows which will help us out. You only get 10. And I'm wondering, can I just blow up the skeleton and grab the med pack? So keep an eye on your ammo. I don't want to get too close. And she has to stand up. This is an upper body weapon. She holds it with 2 hands. So now that skeleton won't bother me and I can grab 100% of the pickups. Yeah, he did start to beat me up something fierce. I actually forgot which point that spawns him in. I think it was standing on that tile space. So yes, we now have the receptacle for the mask opened up, and now I am going to well, I'm going to grab my pistols. There'll be a few bats. I'm going to use this handhole now. So again, it hasn't shown what it's done. It has given this column, so we can now climb on this. This wasn't here earlier. Standing on that tile space spawns a bat. Where is it? There you are. Okay, deaded. And I do believe we get another bat once we climb up onto this block. Really? No? Okay, I am mistaken. So we can grab this jump switch. There's the bat. I knew there'd be a bat while I'm up here. So what the jump switch did was light that torch way over there. So that's where we're going to light the torch we're going to carry. So that was not lit before. So to start off this torch puzzle, we need to use the vines here. Climb on up to here. This is where the torches are. There'll be another bat up here. Okay, deal with that. And I won't grab a torch just yet because there'll be a flying skeleton to come and bother me. I'm going to grab my explosive arrows. Give it a save just in case. Get rid of that skeleton because it can easily push you off. Make sure to run and jump back because this ledge is slightly higher over here. And grab the torch. So now easily make your way over to the lit torch. And I'm gonna aim for the tile space with the plant. Okay, throw the torch down for a second. And grab the shotgun. No, not the shotgun. The crossbow again, because once I step on this next tile, there we go. This triggers a skeleton. Just gonna go ahead and blow him up because I can. You can wait for him to jump and then use the shotgun to shoot him off the edge. So keep an eye on your arrows just to be sure you're not gonna run out. Should be fine. So light the torch and head back over. So that's opened up access to the mask. So throw that down, don't need it anymore. Safely drop to the ground level. So I'm going to use the vines to do that. Depending on whereabouts you're standing, you may or may not be able to grab up. And there will be a skeleton, well, a flying one and a non-flying one spawn. I thought I equipped my... oh god. Ugh. Okay, this is fine. So the flying skeletons take 2 explosive rounds and the normal ones take 1 explosive round. So if you time it just right, which that almost didn't go right, you can just do 2 shots and kill them both. So careful getting down, you can easily end up taking damage dropping down. And with the mask, we're just gonna go ahead and use it. And we are igniting the Path of Fire. And you can see we got some more skeletons. So that's fine, keep an eye on your explosive rounds or just try and use the shotgun to knock them back. So I think there might be like 5 skeletons, can't remember, but some of them are grouped so you can use less shots. And we are just gonna have a pit stop save before the end. So we are ending off the game now. And this looks like it's gonna be a nightmare, but it's okay. You can actually run up against the wall and not take damage from the flames. Just gonna make sure I have this drawn so that it's much easier. Here they come. Yes, I got all 3 in one shot there. That was 3. There's more. So if you want, you can have pit stop saves in these corners. So careful running past this opening on the right where the mask was, because you can easily just get stuck. And then sort of end up running into the flame, trying to get out of the gap. I'm just gonna try and play it safe here, just because I'm so close. Oh, yeah. Okay, that felt snug. Is that all the skeletons? I thought there was more than just that first group, but maybe I got them all. I don't know, but just beware just in case. And here we go. And here is the final secret. Roll credits. So lucky the secret is sitting straight in the path of that. I'm going to let the credits roll and let the music play out before grabbing this, because picking this up will just cut the music, which is a shame. So I will just give it a sec. Boom. Okay, so grab the final secret. I've lit a flare because it's so dark here that you can just run into that wall straight ahead forever and not fully understand the situation. So we do have this right turn and we're just going to run down and the game will end. So thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take it easy.